This is James Quick Killers, the Fighting Cowboy. You watching the RSR video email bag show with Bad Brad Berkeley. It's a knockout.
Hi, this is Ray Boom Boom Mancini, and you're watching RSR Video Email Bag Show with your host, Bad Brad. Now, at this point, Bad Brad wants, I'm going to say, forget about it, but I'm not going to say it because it's stupid. I mean, come on now. Brad, what are you doing? You think you're some half-assed wise guy or what? So I'm not saying it, okay? Forget about it. I'm not saying it.
Hi, this is Sean O'Grady. You're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad. Forget about it.
Hello, this is Jackie Lopez, and you are watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad
Hi,
Brad.
this is Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and you're watching the Ringside Report Video Email Bag Show with my main man, Bad Brad Berkeley. Forget about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RSR Video Email Bag Show on the Ringside Report Web TV channel. Now, here's your host, the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing, Bad Brad Berkeley. Forget about it.
Out of the tree of life, just pick me a plum. You came along and everything started into hum. Still, it's a real good bet. The best is yet to come.
Hey folks, welcome back to another show. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers to the Ringside Report Web TV channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now remember, when we hit 1300 subscribers, I'm going to give away this great book, Welcome to the Big Time, the autobiography of Ernie the Acorn Shavers, the hardest hitting heavyweight in heavyweight history. And it is autographed by the man himself. And all you have to do, very simple, and remember, once you do it, you will be entered to win that book and all future prizes. And what do? Hit that button and subscribe to the Ringside Report Web TV channel. All right. Now, if you want to be on my next show, send your questions into Ringside Report 2014@gmail.com. Again, that's Ringside Report 2014@gmail.com. Leave your comments below. I always respond. All right, without further ado, forget about it. Let's get into your questions tonight. First up, Bad Brad, I'm enjoying your new writers on Ringside Report very much. Well, I appreciate that, pal. I picked up some really great writers this week, two of them. One from England and one from Maryland. Did you catch the Jacobs versus Arias fight this past weekend? What did you think of Jacobs' win? Cosmo T from Katona, New York. Well, Cosmo T, welcome to the show. That's a new name. Katona, New York. I used to live in the next town over. Or I should say before Katona, Bedford Hills, up on Babbitt Road. Went to Fox Lane High School for the 10th grade. And I used to go to that great ice cream place in Katona. Back in the day, they had the best, I can't remember the name of it, but they had the best privately owned chocolate chip ice cream I ever had. Across the street was I can't remember if it was a boxcar from a train restaurant or something, but it was in Katona. I'm sure it's not there anymore. It wasn't Maggie Moo's. I cannot think of the name of it. Anyways, I did see the fight. Jacobs looked good. He did what he was supposed to do. His opponent was, he was a tough guy, but we knew that Jacobs was going to win. He shut him out. He dropped him, I know at least once, maybe two times, I can't remember, but at least once. Jacobs is still in the title hunt, again, to regain the title. I don't know if he fights Triple G again, he wins, but he's still in the top 5 middleweights today. He's a great guy, great sportsman, and a great person in the sport of boxing. So much respect to Danny Jacobs. Glad to see you back in the ring, pal. All right, Cosmo, there's the answer to your question. Next up, Bad Brad. This war of words between Joshua and Wilder is hilarious. They just need to fight, and I agree with you that Joshua takes them out in the middle rounds. I want to take you back 30-plus years to Pinklin Thomas and Larry Holmes. How do you think that fight will go? Reggie P. from Flint, Michigan. Reggie P., welcome to the show from Flint, Michigan. Oh, hey, pal, hope everything's going okay with the water out there. My heart goes out to you. Now, also, Flint, Michigan, home and ready for the world. Been listening to a lot of Oh, Sheila, Let Me Lay You Down, Slide Over, Ceramic Girl, Human Toy, Merry-Go-Round, all those great songs by Ready for the World. I forgot how many great songs there were. And I got to tell you something, folks. when I was a teenager, I never really listened to the words of the songs. I just liked their music. Well, as a 49-year-old, 22-year-old man now, holy shit, their songs are filthy. Their lyrics are filthy. But man, they had some big hits back in the day. All right, Pinklon Thomas versus Larry Holmes. Two of the best jabs in the heavyweight division, in the history of the heavyweight division. Okay? How do I see that fight going? And there's always a possibility that Pinklon could win it by a knockout, but I seriously doubt it. And if he did drop Larry, Larry had the best recuperative powers next to Muhammad Ali that I've ever seen in boxing. I mean, just amazing. You drop Larry like Ernie Shavers did, Ronaldo Snipes did. He's getting back up. Oh, Mamma Mia, you better move to another state. Just ask Ronaldo Snipes or Ernie Shavers, because he knocked them both out. Battle of the best jabs, two of the best jabs. I give Larry a little bit of an edge, but Pinklon still had a great one. Okay? Pinklon might have had a little bit more power than Larry did, but I think Larry overall was the better fighter. I see the fight going like this. If Pinklon can't stop him, and that's a very tall order, Larry Holmes wins a tough, in trouble at times in the fight, unanimous close decision over Pinklon Thomas. But oh, would that be a fight? Forget about it. All right, folks, on that note, we're going to take a short commercial break.
Hi, everybody. I'm Al Bernstein, and you're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad.
Hi, fight fans. This is Steve S. Smoger, International Boxing Hall of Fame referee, class of 2015, and you are watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad. Enjoy.
This is Trey Lippe Morrison, and you're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show. With Bad Brad, forget about it.
This is Jesse Left Hook Cook, and you're watching the Ringside Report Video Email Bag Show with my good friend Bad Brad Berkowitz. Forget about it.
Hi, this is Gregory Abbott. You're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show, hosted by Bad Brad. Bringing you the latest developments in the world of boxing. Peace.
Hey folks, this is the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Brad Berkowitz. And I am the host of the RSR Video Email Bag Show on the Ringside Report web TV channel. Now, if you want to advertise on my show, send your business inquiries to Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Again, that's Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Or if you're on Facebook and we're Facebook friends, you can send me an instant message, or you can call the Ringside Report office at 703-517-2155. Forget about it. That's Pat Cooper. He's an Italian comedian that I was his guest in Atlantic City. We had dinner. Great guy. Tony Curtis over there. And then there's Frank Sinatra with my pal Ace Alanya, who owned the Italian Tribune.
Are we going to do a history lesson on these pictures, or are we going to shoot your video ad?
Excuse me. Did you not ask for a history lesson on these pictures?
No.
Oh, wrong person. Forget about it. That's right. We do have to shoot this book ad.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Here's the book. Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Brad Berkowitz. And if you want to pick up my book, go to authorhouse.com, which you will save a few fazools because you can buy it there wholesale, or you can pick it up at any retail outlet, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, online. Now, for the folks that always ask me, would I personally autograph your book? Yes, I will. Forget about it. All you have to do is pay postage and handling to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I will autograph your book with a description that you want or a description of what I put in there. Either way, I'm going to take care of you. And for all the people that have supported me over the years and picked up the book, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, and as we always do, forget about it. All right, folks, we're now back. And if somehow, some way, somewhere, someone forgot who I am, I'm the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Brad Berkowitz. And this is another Ringside Report email bag show on the Ringside Report web TV channel. Now, hit that button and subscribe so you can win that signed book by Ernie the Acorn Shavers, and all future prizes. Now let's get into the remainder of your questions tonight. Next up, Bad Brad, I just found your channel from a post in the Ringside Report forum and subscribe. Well, thank you, pal. Love the shows, and the interview with Quick Tillis was on the money. Well, thank you twice. You need to do more of those types of interviews on top of your email bag show. I wanted to get your thoughts on David Lemieux versus Billy Joe Sanders taking place next month for Billy Joe Sanders' WBO middleweight title. Andrew M. from Seattle, Washington. Well, Andrew M., welcome to the show all the way from Seattle, Washington. Forget about it. Home of, I think, Kurt Cobain, right? Wasn't Nirvana from Seattle? I think so. I think they were from Washington. I'm almost positive. Now, how do I see that fight going? Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't like Billy Joe Saunders. That bull crap that his son hitting Willie Monroe Jr. behind in the gonads and then acting like a little bastard where he should have got his ass kicked by his dad, and I'm sure his dad set him up to do it. I got no respect for him or his whole family. Now, David Lemieux has power. He definitely has cracking power. Billy Joe Saunders doesn't. Billy Joe Saunders is a better boxer. Lemieux has the power of him. Lemieux. I'm on the fence in this fight. That's why I'm saying Lemieux. And the reason why I'm saying Lemieux is because the top of my head, I think he's going to stop him. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say David Lemieux by 8th round knockout. TKO or knockout over Billy Joe Saunders. Hope it happens because it couldn't happen to a bigger piece of garbage than Billy Joe Saunders, who was just a creep. Okay? All right, so Lemieux by 8th round TKO or knockout is my final leave the gun, take the cannoli prediction. Now, bet the house on Saunders because I'm usually wrong when I go on record. All right, last question of the night goes to Bad Brad. You sure were off on your call of Miller versus Wack. Yeah, I was, pal. What do you think of Miller now? And thoughts on the fight, Cameron C. from Greenwich, Connecticut. Oh, my old stomping grounds as well, Greenwich, Connecticut. I was last there in January 2010 on that street in Greenwich that looks like Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive. Very nice stores. Very nice stores. I was wrong, but you know what? Wack, I don't know what the hell happened to Wack. He looked horrible. Miller did what he needed to do. I give him props for winning. But you want to know something? I'm not impressed. I think fundamentally Miller is not that strong of a fighter, not that solid of a fighter. So he's got a little bit of power, but I know he used to be a kickboxer and he's an older guy, so maybe that's what it is. But I'm not really impressed, and I don't think Miller beats the top level of guys, the Luis Ortiz's, Anthony Joshua's, Deontay Wilder, and so on. I don't think so. Let's see what happens if he gets a fight with Dominic Breazeale or a couple of other the bigger names in the heavyweight division. If he beats him, hey, more power to him. Tell you what, couple more fights, I'll give you a nice matchup. Miller versus when he gets a couple more fights under his belt because he's been out through a hand injury. How about, folks, Gerard Miller, Big Baby Miller versus Trey Lippe Morrison. Not right now. Let's give Trey 2 to 3 fights back in the ring, and then we'll see about Miller versus Morrison. That'd be a nice matchup. And I'll reserve my breakdown for that fight if it ever gets made, but that would be a nice one. But again, 2 to 3 fights back for Trey to see how his hand is and get all of that ring rust out. All right there, Cameron C. from Greenwich, Connecticut, you get the last show question. All right, folks, that's another RSR video email bag show in the can. As we always say, forget about it. And as Frank Sinatra sang so eloquently so long ago, the best is yet to come. Bad Brad out.